Hey guys, you're watching Z1 and Only. My name is AJ, and we are back on another episode of Useful Redstone. Now, last episode I done simple timers. I think it was somewhere. There they are. Some simple Hunger Game timers or simple mini game timers that you want to do if you're making a little map. But I said I was going to do a more advanced one, so here's the more advanced one. I've hooked up to some Hunger Game pods here, and when we flick this lever here, the timer counts down in seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the pods come up. And it's on 0 here. And then we can reset it by pressing this button if you want to. And it'll go back to 9 again. Behind it, it does look a little bit crazy. It looks a little bit intense. But the coloured wool here is to make it a lot easier. So basically, each coloured wool goes to a different 3 set of pistons, because no matter what number, we need 3 pistons activated at some point, all at the same time. Because if we only have 1 piston pushed forward, it's not going to make the whole line. And yeah, so we've got the brown one doing that one, the orange one doing that one, the yellow, pink, and light grey doing the horizontal ones, and green and blue doing the vertical ones on this side. And then it goes to a... basically, it's like a conveyor belt that rotates, which changes the output signal through here with the glass. I'll show you an example of that in a minute. And this is just a simple clock that we've got back here. Let me flick the lever and I'll show you how it works from behind before we build it. So as you can see, the conveyor belt sort of thing is rotating and showing up different glass and different wool signals. And basically, this means that whenever it's wool, the signal is going through it. So here it goes from the torch through the repeater, powers the block, which powers the repeater, which powers the black signal, which this time is the pods. If we go under here, we can see that all of the ones with grey wool are lit up, but the one with glass here isn't lit up, and that's because glass doesn't transfer a redstone signal. It doesn't allow redstone through it. So that means that the pink wool is actually pushed out, which is why it's a 0 and everything else is retracted in. And that's basically the basic principle of how it does it. And we've got this like conveyor belt here, which rotates automatically in a clock to change which signals are out and which ones are in. So we'll start fresh and build it from scratch. Okay, so I've got a little bit of space here. The first thing we're going to want to do is make a number 8 with sticky pistons. 1 off the floor. Make sure you go 1 off the floor here. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and make a number 8. Obviously, we need sticky pistons because we're going to be drawing back blocks forward and backwards. Using normal pistons won't work. We'll just leave the pistons out otherwise. We don't want that. So, oops, nearly done the 8 here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have to sleep very, very soon. 1, 2, 3. So we've got number 8 here. We can place over the front here some iron blocks, like so. And here. And now what we can do is we can go around the outside 1 block forward. Make sure to go 1 block forward with some more iron blocks here, and fill in where the gaps are. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and in the middle here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Misplacing blocks. So now we've got our number 8 here. We can now split up the redstone. So basically what we're going to do here is we need to make all of these pistons divide up into 7 different redstone signals. And 7 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different different lines. Well, I don't know what you really call them. 7 different lines of pistons, and each of these 7 lines will power 3 of these pistons. So it's quite easy to do, surprisingly. We're going to use repeaters, redstone, and torches, and we are going to need some blocks. Now, I highly recommend using different coloured wool to differentiate between the different redstone signals, and I highly recommend using the same wool as what I'm using, so it makes it easy on the video if you're copying it. So we already know that if we place a torch down here, it'll actually power 2 pistons, which makes it a lot easier to be able to wire up. So we're going to have one 2, 3 out of the middle piston. And then just below the bottom one, we're going to have 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to put a torch here. 2 repeaters facing into the pistons. And then a redstone line here. And 2 redstone lines there. So now this torch powers both red wool and fires forward all 3 pistons. So we'll do the same here. Oops. 1, 2, 3. So now we've got all the vertical lines covered. We've just got the horizontal ones to do. The horizontal ones aren't really that hard either. We shall use blue, purple, and light pink. So for these bottom ones, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 repeaters, and 3 redstone. But we've come across a problem. The redstone is actually hooking up with the yellow and the red, and we don't want that. We want this to be completely separate. So to solve that, we're going to place a block on top of the redstone, and it cuts the signal off. The redstone signal can no longer come down here. We'll do the same on that side, and now it's individual. So we can now power this by putting a block here and a torch. And as you can see, the redstone is now linking back into that torch, and that one's done. We'll do purple on this one. So we need to go 1 below. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Repeaters, redstone, it's linked up again, so we get the purple 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 up, delete the bottom 2, torch, and on the top here with pink, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, our repeaters, our redstone, but this time it's linked up down here. It's no longer linking up, it's now linking down, so we need to just move the cut-off points to here and here. Instead of being on the inside, they're now on the outside. And again, 2 out, 1 up, and place our torch. So now we've got all 7 signals all lit up, so the board is now blank at the front. So that's step 1 done. We shall continue with step 2 now. Okay, I just had to sleep away the night there. It was getting too dark to watch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come to one of these side ones here. We're going to count 8 blocks back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the 9th one here, we're going to place a piston facing upwards. A normal piston, not a sticky piston. Now what we're going to do is get a piston directly in line with this edge here. So we're going to come back. And then 1 there. So then we're going to go 8 pistons along. Blah, blah, blah. I got my words mixed up. So 8 pistons along. 1 piston for each one of these colours, which makes it to 7. And then 1 to make it stop when it gets to 0. And that gives us our output. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 pistons there. We're going to put repeaters going into each one. And redstone going along here. And this is going to be the start of our conveyor belt. I call it a conveyor belt. I don't really know why, but it sort of rotates, so that's why. So this block is going to sort of go up and around. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks back, and then we're going to put a row of wool down. We're going to use white wool here. I can't believe I just got rid of the pistons. That was a stupid thing to do. So row of pistons here. There we go. So leave a block of air behind the redstone, and then another row, and we'll have repeaters going in the same here with redstone. So we now fire them all like that. Wow, that's a weird glitch. Look at that. How cool is that? Didn't do it this time. Alright, so that fires all pistons, and that fires all pistons. Okay, so, oops, I'm facing the pistons the wrong way, though. Don't face them like I did. Face them out like this. Okay, so they're going to go up, along, down, and these ones are going to push them back towards here again. Don't have them face them up like I just did then. Have them facing this way. Next step. Okay, so our next step, it makes it a little bit easier if we fire these pistons, and then we count 1, 2, 3, and then our piston is going to go here, so we get a block on top of that as well, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and pistons facing down along here, like that. We can now get rid of these. Redstone along the top, All we need is redstone along the top here, because if we put a torch here, that'll actually fire them all like that. And then we need our last set, which is going to be facing that way, and it's going to be on 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 1 there. So we now go along 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Delete that little pillar there. Go along the top again, and put our redstone across. So this is our sort of basic layout for our next bit. So now the blocks will go push forward, they'll push up, they'll push right, they'll push down, continually until we make it stop. So that's step 2 done. Alright, so our next step is to hook up these to a clock so it continually rotates round, which isn't too hard to do. What we're going to do... Oh, burp, I'm ever so sorry. On these back repeaters here, we're going to go 1, 2, and on the third one, place a repeater, make a hole down, and one next to it, and, oh, we need some torches here. Place down 2 torches, a sticky piston facing towards the torches, with a block on top of it. You'll see that'll fire all of those pistons. We need then a repeater coming out on maximum delay, comes round into the air block here behind on a 2-tick delay. So just here, just press it once on the repeater. Now we're going to have another sticky piston here. Both of these are sticky pistons, guys, remember. And another block on here, a block behind. And now what you'll find is when we put a lever on here, it actually makes it into a little clock here, so it'll push the pistons forward and backwards. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Turn the lever off. Okay, so the first step here is we're actually going to come out from this redstone signal here, with the pistons facing up. We're going to go 1, 2, then we're going to place a block down, a repeater going into the block, and some redstone coming down, and a repeater facing out. No delay on them, they're just there to power the blocks. And then we're going to go up, 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 2 out, and 2 across here. Have a repeater going in there, and then redstone line hooking all the way up. And basically what we're doing is we're hooking these pistons to fire at the same time as these ones, and these pistons to fire at the same time as these ones, which will give us our rotation effect. Okay, so now we're going to do 1, 2 out of here. 1, 2, another repeater, and then make another staircase of wool going, oops, I made a mess. I don't like having holes. Fix the hole. And then 1 there. And the redstone come down. We'll have a repeater there as well. So now we should be able to, if I've done it right, we should be able to actually see it rotate. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, like that. Oops. Not along there, sorry. Along there. Okay, and we'll put in a piece of blue wool to see if we can see it rotate. We hit the lever, and the blue wool is rotating round here. So that's a big step done. This is probably the hardest part of the step, is to get this to work correctly, and I think we've done it in a nice easy way. So the blue wool is now rotating round. On to the next step. Okay, so our next step, we're going to get a load of glass, and we're going to place in all glass all the way along them all. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and along here. And we're going to do this all the way along. Okay, now in the middle here you'll have a 2x2 area, and in this 2x2 area we're actually going to place wool. So let's get the wool down. 1, 2, 1, 2. What we're going to do is we're going to place repeaters along, so we'll do 1 row first. So repeaters are on these ones, and then on these ones, redstone, 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 redstone. And on the last one, place a torch down. Torch. Okay, so that's got all the repeaters here fired. But the redstone signal isn't going through because there's glass in the way. So our next step is to actually get the other ends of all of these. So we're going to need red wool, orange wool, yellow wool, and green wool. And we're going to need our repeaters back again. Okay, so we'll place our repeaters there. Okay, so what we're going to do is orange is going to be first. So we're going to go orange, and then we're going to go red, and then we're going to go purple. In fact, purple, and then light blue. So basically it's going top, bottom, middle, bottom, then top, bottom, and then the very top one. So we need green and yellow. And green, then yellow, then pink. As our very, very top one here. So we're going to go piece of redstone. How are we going to get in here? We have to break these walls away. Piece of redstone. Repeat. In fact, is that the right way around? Let me just double check. I just want to get this right. No, it is the other way around. See, that was a good thing I just double checked. Repeater. Redstone. Repeater. Redstone. Repeater. Redstone. Repeater. And on the last one, we're going to use black wool again, like we did on the last one. And we can place another repeater here. So let's place this glass black now? Why do I keep saying black now? And there. Alright. So we have this fancy little pattern here. Now, on all the ones that have two sticking out, like there, all the ones that have a repeater, sorry, you can stick another block coming out of. Green and purple. Green is already there. Purple. So green and purple. And then we place redstone along all these. And then along the ones that just have redstone, we're going to place a torch on there. So that's it for the next step. The next step is going to be to hook these up to here. Okay, guys, so we're back. I just had to quench my thirst. So we're going to hook up these up to here. And you can try hooking it up if you want yourself, but because it's such a compact, tight area, it's going to take a little bit of work. So I recommend following block for block. So the first change we're just going to make here is on the orange. We're going to extend out one block each on both rows. Redstone on top. Replace this torch with a piece of redstone and put the torch back one. Okay, I just realised when we were going to hook it up, that it was going to hook up to the red one as well. It's going to mess things about. And we're going to do this on the green as well. So 1, 2, torch there, and take that one away, and then redstone on top. Okay, just a little change. I apologise, but we're back. Okay, so we're going to hook up the orange one first. We're just going to go along. So orange is going to go here with a torch on top, and then a block on top of that with a torch on the front. And then come out, and here, and here, and that's that hooked up. So repeater there, redstone all the way down. Okay, so that's that orange one hooked up. The next one is red. I've got all the colours all set up already. This one we're going to go here. We're going to have a redstone on top, which will be lit, and then a torch. And then this one's going to go along the floor, but we're still going to actually put wool down, just so we know that the redstone is for the red circuit. So we're going to go there, to there, repeater, redstone. So that's the red one then hooked up. Our next one is purple. Purple is going to be the sort of same setup as the orange here. So we're going to have a block, then a torch, then a block, then a torch on the front, and now we're going to have to come out and around. It's a little bit more tricky, this one, so we can go there, 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 and there. Okay guys, so it's 2 in, 1 block up, and then 2 out that way. We're going to have redstone, redstone into this block, and then we're going to have repeater, repeater into that one, and that'll be the purple one hooked up. Next one is blue. Blue's the same setup as the red here. Redstone, torch, and then we go along the floor and go into that one. So blue there, there, and then there, there, there. Redstone, 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 repeater. Next colour is green. So our green one is a little bit more complicated because we've got the purple getting in the way this time. So we're going to start off the same. We're going to go block with a torch on it. Then block. But we can't put a torch on the front like the orange and the purple because it'll hook up into that block instead. So we're going to put it on the side. And then we're going to start working backwards. So from here, we're going to go there. 1, 2, 3. Repeater. Redstone, redstone. Now we just need to hook this up. So we shall go there and there. I think that's a little bit different to what I've done last time, but it'll still work. So there's the green one. And then we've got yellow. We need some more colours. Yellow and pink. Yellow and pink. So yellow is fairly easy here. We'll go there, there, and redstone, torch, yellow, 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 repeater, and then pink's our final one. Now pink has got to go all the way up there. So we're going to go that with a torch on it. Then we're going to go again. I'm just trying to think about this ahead of time so we don't get it wrong. With another torch, and then we're going to go block, but with a redstone on top. There we go with it. Block with a redstone on top. And then travel it back. There we go. To there. And a repeater going in. So now that's all of them hooked up. We've got our black one, which is the output, which we'll worry about in a little bit. But that's all of them all hooked up. In fact, one of them is on. Why is green on? Green is on because of this torch there. Okay, we can swap this round. Put that there. Delete that one. Put a bit of redstone there. There we go. Problem solved. This torch here was powering the block, which was powering the redstone. But we've solved that now. That's all sorted. Okay, next step. Okay, so our next step sounds simple, but it's actually going to be the hardest part of this build, and it's to get each number set up in the memory here, in the memory array. So, first number is we're going to have is 9. So to do 9, we're going to have all of the pistons retracted, apart from yellow. So to do that, we're going to go over here where the glass is, and at the glass behind the pink row, we're going to place a piece of wool. And as you can see, if we go around to the front, we've now got this top one out. Yellow is the one that we want to stay in. So green can come out. Blue can come out. Purple can come out. Red can come out. And orange can come out. And hopefully that'll make a 9. That makes a 9. Excellent. Alright, so let's get a button. This is just to make things a little bit easier. If we come down here to our button, put the button on where the lever is, we can take the lever off. Now when we hit this button, it'll just move it once. Button. There we go. So now it's just moved it once. We can now put number 8 in. Now number 8 is all of them. So we can replace all of this glass with wool, and that'll give us a number 8. Now on most tutorials on this, they cut away now because they think you can do it, but this isn't easy. So there's number 8. I'm going to stay with you and we're going to go through each number. There we go. So press the button. It's now reset to a blank canvas again. So we can do 7. Now 7 is going to be pink for the top. Yep. And then we need, what way is 7? That way. So 7 is then going to be orange and red. Orange and red. Red and orange. There's number 7. Hit the button. We're getting dark. Hurry up. So number 6 is going to be them all apart from orange. So red, purple, blue, green, yellow and pink. Hopefully will give us a number 6. Yep, number 6. Hit the button. Blank canvas. So 5 is going to be all 3 of the middle ones. So pink, purple and blue. Pink, purple and blue. Yep. And then we need green and red. So there's red and there's green. 5. Doesn't matter that it's getting dark. I think you can see. So press the button again. We get another blank canvas. Okay, so 4 is going to be green and orange. We'll do green and orange first. There's green. There's orange. And we're going to need to have purple. Purple. Go around the front. Double check. Yep. 4. How do we do a 4 again? Is it going to be red? Does red make a 4? 4. Yep. Hit the button. There we go. Now 3 is going to be all the horizontal ones again. So pink and purple and blue. Yep. And then these 2 side ones, so red and orange. Double check. Ugh. 3. Press the button. 2 is going to be all of the vertical ones again. So pink, purple and blue. And then it's going to be 2... yellow and orange. So yellow and orange will hopefully give us a 2. Did I place wool down then? Yeah, I did. Yep, there's a 2. Press the button. And then finally 1 is just going to be red and orange. 1. Oh no, that's not finally, is it? 0 is finally. And our last blank one is going to be 0. So this is going to be yellow and green. Yellow and green. Blue. Red and orange. And pink. And that should give us a 0. 0. Excellent. So now that's all hooked up. If we put a lever on this, we can actually see it count down. Let that tick away. We go around the front here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. But now it goes back to 9. So we need to stop it when it gets to 0 and not let it go round anymore. So that's what the next step's going to be. I'm just going to sleep away the night. Okay, and we're back, and I realised on number 8, we're set on number 9 at the moment. Look at the front here, number 9. On 8, I actually put the black signal as grey. You're going to want to fix that. That's a mistake. We don't want that. So place glass there. We want on number 0 to be a wool. So we'll go 9, press the button, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hopefully that'll be 0. Yep. Okay, so on 0 we need a piece of wool there. Okay, so now this repeat is lit up for the first time. It's going to be the only piece of wool on this whole revolving Wazamajiggy. Wazamajiggy. And we're going to have a piece of wool above and below it. And a piece of redstone there. So now that redstone's lit up, we're going to have a sticky piston. Sticky piston. We'll stick that there with a piece of black wool on it. And dig down 1 in front of it. We'll sort that out in a minute. We're going to have this signal coming down to there. So now, whenever it goes to 0, this piston comes out. And we're going to come around here. We're going to get rid of the button and the lever. And basically what we're going to do now is we're going to extend the lever. So the lever is going to go into there where the lever is now. And the button is going to go into there. It's just the way I had it set up on the last one. So we're going to extend our lever down. Our lever was there. And it's going to go down. It's going to go past down that hole. And it's going to come down here to our start. So we're going to have that with a lever on it. And then on this one we're going to have that with a button on it. Now this redstone signal isn't going to reach, so we're going to have to put some repeaters in a minute. But this redstone signal is going to come round there and go into where the button is. Okay, so let's get our repeaters. Oops. Get our repeaters and start sticking these down. So we'll need, let's stick a repeater here, and 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 that should be able to reach all the way around there now. Okay, so now if we push this button, it should revolve it back to 9 again. There we go. And we can put our black wool back over there. So, now hopefully when it gets down to 0, it will push this piston forward, which will stop the lever, the on signal, from keep pumping it round. We can now bring our signal from here down, and this is our output lead. So we can have this hooked up to our starting pods. If you're doing a Hunger Games, we'll just make a quick starting pod. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a piston. Let's just do the generic one. There, and some glass on top. Glass. And that's not going to reach, so we'll put a repeater in. Let's put a repeater in there. That should be able to reach all the way now. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if it works. We hit the lever. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Piston come up. Excellent. And it stopped on 0. Excellent. So that's perfectly fixed now. We can hit the lever and it turns signal off, and then we can hit the button and that'll reset it back to 9 if you did want to reset it. If you're doing a Hunger Games, you won't need a reset button because you don't save the game afterwards, do you? This reset button here is just to reset it back to default here. The piston's gone back down. So let's jump in at this time. We jump in our starting pod. Get in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Get the chest. So, it's perfect. It works absolutely perfectly. It's really compact. I don't think you can really get it much more compact than this. It's fairly compact, really, for a timer. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I haven't seen any tutorials that have been as in-depth as this one before. I have watched a few on it to see if it's been done well enough before, and I couldn't find one that had been done to a standard that I like, that went through each coloured, what each bit does, and everything like that. So I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button for me. If you haven't already, please subscribe. More Redstone tutorials will be on the way, as well as other stuff like usual. And we shall see you in the next episode, guys. So, bye!